Today, I want Ko to take you with me in a reflection on the issue of luxury brands and how important it is to provide accurate information. So, the real problem when discussing luxury brands is that often those who talk about them have either been only marginally involved or are bitter because they have finished working with someone and therefore speak about it in a somewhat angry manner, similar to how people talk after a breakup. Or they talk about it, forgive me, journalists who at various points in their careers decide to focus on this brand. Therefore, there is always an external view of the factories, an external perspective on the world of brands that somewhat clashes with the actual reality. Luxury brands, you will be surprised to know, are an important part of everything that is the made in Italy supply chain. Now, if we analyze the micro situation and what is happening right now, we might say that everyone is bad and ugly. However, if we are intellectually honest, hopefully many colleagues are, we can calmly state that a good part of the supply chain would not have the companies they have without luxury brands. Luxury brands, without the subcontractors who have invested and shared their know how year after year, would not be the luxury brands they are today. So, in short, I have made peace with everyone, but it is important to reiterate that luxury brands are those that have invested in the territories for years, have tried their best to follow their path, and now find themselves at a crossroads that not everyone shares. Obviously, with market contractions and everything else, there is this entire disaster. Why do I say this? Because at this historical moment, many people feel inclined to point to luxury brands as the sole reason why the entire made in Italy supply chain is dying. I want to remind you that during this period and in the coming months, a significant part of the made in Italy supply chain will perish. This is reported in the newspapers. It's not just me saying it, but also associations like CNA and Federmoto. In short, everyone is saying it, and something is indeed moving from a communication standpoint. But where does the problem lie? It is completely wrong to, so to speak, attribute the responsibilities of the entire industry crisis to luxury brands, especially because if luxury brands had truly been bad and evil, why did no one raise concerns until 6 months ago when there was so much work? Why did no one express emotions when there was work? Perhaps the associations were asking to participate in order to create discussion tables. So when we raise criticisms externally, we probably also need to address them within the sector. For the end consumer, I invite you to do one thing. Instead of focusing on luxury brands, consider how much you are willing to pay for a product. Buy alternatives, buy original products, buy small brands, buy brands whose origins you know, truly made in Italy, and so on. That is the real revolution. Don't waste time on social media listening to and debating luxury brands that you will probably never purchase. If you really want to help the supply chain, ensure that small brands can grow, especially original brands. Yes, because in this time of crisis, do you know who is really struggling? Counterfeiting is a nice black market of exploitation, in short. Well, it will all be counterfeited. The more there is, the more is added. So let's buy consciously. Let's try to help the supply chain. And if we can, let's try to maintain a critical mind about everything that happens around us. Bye.